What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Unreal Engine 5 game development live stream where we're back in our gas course project, a game built from scratch, of course, using Unreal Engine 5, C++ blueprints, the gameplay ability system plugin, and all that good stuff. So today we're going to do a refactor of our damaged pipeline, separating and decoupling out the debugging information, just because there's a lot of like debug related things in our damaged pipeline subsystem, which might be able to be moved into its own subsystem, just to make things a little bit cleaner. And then we'll see what kind of progress we can make on the actual debug information, because right now it's, you know, it's kind of, it's useful, I guess. But I feel like maybe it could be a little bit more useful. And I also want to see if I can actually, you know, return and hit the actual proper object, because I think in the hit results here we're hitting not really a component that I'm thinking we need to be hitting. Yeah, the component, the name is too big. So it is this collision cylinder. I should probably be hitting like the, I don't know if I'll need to be actually like getting the what's the word, the skeletal mesh or anything like that. Maybe it's not necessary, but you can kind of see that, like, you know, the information, how it's being drawn and written here. Who knows how kind of useful it is. I also wonder if we can add hovering over for these properties, so that when you hover over them, you can just see like the full name in the window. And also the instigator info might be a little redundant. I don't know how to get like the root class name, because it's saying, you know, BP underscore NPC like base, or maybe it should just say gas course NPC character or something. And unless you want to do multiple hits, for example, you know, it doesn't really create any sort of separation between the two. So we're gonna see what kind of cleanup we could do there as well. I don't want to do too much. I want to make sure that it's just at least readable, and then worry about more details in how it's organized and stuff like that. So let's start by making another subsystem here. So let's go to source. Probably gonna be under public game systems. There is debugging, but there is damage pipeline. Probably do just damage. Directory will do debug. Now we should be able to add an Unreal class. Oh, we would be able to add on, unless it has to like finish processing the files in Writer. Maybe it has to do that first. So we'll see. See how long it takes to do what it needs to do. It's like the last couple of days I've just been making sure I'm cleaning up 5.7 and trying to get Unreal Game Sync to look decent. And then I was also playing around with different engine INI settings to see what kind of performance stuff I can get. And in I mean, I wonder in development builds if I get similar performances. That's probably gonna be not as much as in but because I uncapped my frame rate in the what's the word, in the NVIDIA settings, I thought I was going to be able to get more frame rate that I'm getting right now, but I'm getting, you know, 100 something, but that's also, you know, full screen and everything. But yeah, now I'm getting 170 something in this level, which is nice, and it's in development. And I don't know how much that means for, you know, when I need to spawn not monsters, well, eventually monsters, but, you know, our mobs Let's see how many it takes to get us to... Alright, so this is how many it gets us to be like sub 100 FPS. But now that there's doing all these debug draws and all these things, you know, we're getting like 60 FPS and stuff like that, full screen. That's just because of all the debug draws, and I'll have to figure out how best to like not have to render all these health bars and stuff like that. But is there a count? Because I don't know how many enemies I spawned. It's at least like 40 or something, which probably is not as much as we would ever need. Maybe ever like 20 at a time or something like that. But we digress. So now we get to Unreal Class. Let's look for subsystem. Yeah, I think it also has to be like a world subsystem. So let me pull this up. Yeah, world subsystem. We'll say damage pipeline debug subsystem. Would be okay. Now we should be able to do a lot of copy paste of some stuff. So let's move the pipeline, the normal one, to the right here. And let's see what we need. Right, so we need for sure pipeline types, and maybe that's it. We don't need core minimal from what I know. I don't know if I need to... debug subsystem. I think, yeah, it's because it's in the same directory. That's fine. We're gonna do... I'm able to go up one and then do pipeline. Let's see if that works. Fingers crossed. Okay. So now we have the input listener, not input listener, hit listener stuff. We gotta just start finding all the debug stuff. So log hit event is probably what I would want here. And also these helper functions as well. So we're gonna grab these, probably also this, simulate, generate debug unique ID. Like all of this stuff I think needs to be brought over here. So let's also look at the declaration stuff. What else would we need? Send hit request, registering, unregistering, and yeah, we need this. Let's just say this is public. Okay. Generate documentation. Let it do its thing. Oh, I don't know why I can't minimize that process. I don't think it's gonna let me do that because maybe I don't have enough space anymore. All good. But at the very least, let's generate some of this code then. Definitions. Looks good. So let's start from the top. So log, hit event. We need any other includes. We're probably gonna have to include the debug subsystem in some way. Let's just do it just in case. not pipeline. It's going to be debug. Why is it not like auto-filling stuff for me here? I forgot to do GASC. Let's not worry about including that just yet. So we got this first function. Now let's do get hit log entries. So return. And then there's get hit log from actor ID. Get last. That's not even what this is really doing, right? Let's actually rename this one. So get hit log hit entry by I should probably rename this one instead of doing GUIDs, it's just IDs. So let's fix these names. Okay, so now get hit by hit ID. Grab that. Boom, boom, boom. Get actor from GUID. Also want to rename this one. Give me just a second. I just hear banging. I want to see what's going on. All right. From unique ID. Okay, all those seem good, but let's just do that. I'll have to rename everything. So there's that. Not just yet. This seems like a bad function right here. And yeah, I'll get access to the damage pipeline here. I hope there's not going to be circular dependency. Feels like it's going to be, but we'll see. Okay. Am I missing anything? Engine utils, probably. Now I need to do send hit request from damage pipeline. I do want to rename this to hit ID. want to get any kind of reference to or GUID, I should say. It's that. So now I have to send. Oh yeah, I also have to add the source object. So I think that's in our types, right? So we have those types. Yeah, I think this function can be written a little bit better. I guess I would want to say oh yeah, I'm gonna have to add IDs, I think, as well, right? Not sure if that's gonna be necessary, honestly. I guess I could say null. So can I say like get actor? I don't think that's necessarily neater. Not sure what's actually cleaner. Maybe I just don't really need to have these else's, really. Then I could say if. That, I guess, but also in this top function, I'm going to have to also do it. To add the optional object here. Oh, I did that up down here, right? I really want to just do new entry class name. So the target name, so there's the get class one, which is here. That should be okay. Now, what do I need to do? I have to send a hit request again. to the damage pipeline. I have to log the event. So basically, on hit event also needs to kind of call back, because so that, like, it seems like it's going to be a circular dependency, honestly. So we don't need that there, but oh, I did this already. We have to return send hit request, so we have to say F. Do I have to? Oh, I have it. So there should be a send hit request. Not sure why that's not like that. Hey, Insane Doggo, how you doing? Send hit request private? No. Interesting. Why is it not like this then? Let's try to compile and see. Hey, thanks for the follow there on Kick. Much appreciated. I'm not sure how best to handle this because I know it's going to be a circular dependency. Like, I just don't know how to properly avoid it. What is it complaining about? Oh. That should be okay now. Let's take this stuff out. We don't need a couple of these functions anymore. So now this is a problem where we need to log the hit event. So could, say, if pipeline Can I say that? And will it be? Because they're included in both now. So that I think is gonna yell at me for a circular dependency. So I think I have to make one like a friend class or something. Yeah. Okay, so damage pan. Oh yeah, now I gotta update the. So I have to get the, instead of getting the normal damage pipeline, I have to get the debug, right? So let's clean this up. What do I need to do? So we're gonna say you damage pipeline debug subsystem. That should be okay. I'll change some names. That. Just update some namings. Okay. Third time's the charm. Let's see if that works. How do I whitelist some? So I have extensions up, blocker, options. Sorry, I'm checking. Is this disabled? Yeah, for some reason I'm getting some weird issues on my browser. Okay, whatever. So we were able to compile, so that's great. Let's just confirm. Dealing damage, all good. Pipeline. Now, yeah, we're getting all the information, which is awesome. So it seems like this is clean, but now I want to kind of organize this a bit better. I think there is an IM GUI toggle demo. The demo window. We can get some ideas. There's a basic table. Maybe some of this information would be better. So there's the headers. Padding as well. But I don't know if it should be this kind of table either. Let's start basic, because what do I exactly want to do, really, right? Like, is this too much information for the hit context data? I think so. Like, it's just a lot of information. Maybe it would be useful, maybe not. And maybe some of these things would be more useful. It's like a hover kind of thing to keep it a little more organized. I'm gonna just look up how to do a hover thing. So when you hover over, for example, the hit result, you'll get all the data. I think I've done it before, but at this point we can kind of just chill inside of the panel. So this is the static struct. We're doing all that, and then there's this string button. So here we're doing a bullet text of everything. So maybe I don't need to do that. Maybe it can literally just be... I feel like this could be more useful as like not explicitly a bullet text. So yeah, this is the gameplay tags. Then so how does this look? Hit them. So we got hit info, hit context data, right? This is like I feel like I'm doing something wrong though. What? Because we do the column, that's this one. The next column is this one. Next one, hit context tags container. I feel like that's just nowhere to be found, or so because there's like hit context data, right? Oh, because it's empty. So this is the stuff here, right? Okay. So what do I want to say, really? Maybe I want to say, so I am GUI text. And I just literally say, so yeah, there has to be more information that I gotta do, right? So I want to say, oh, that's the wrong thing. Here's the right thing. So context data gameplay tags, right? And then say if and we could say up say if say maybe I could go gameplay tag container, and then if I do not, so it should be like n is empty. something to that effect. And then I could then go wonder if I could do that. That would be a little cleaner. I also have to look how to give the actual proper divide line. So, table border flags. Okay, let's just see what this will look like. Okay. Let's look first at the flags here. So they're saying borders H. Okay, now let's look at this again. So we don't really want to do this. We would want to do a longing. How can I set this as a tooltip, I guess? Let's see if that gets us anything relatively close. But yeah, I'd also want to change these actual names, right? Because you know it's going to be that. We don't need to say context data because it's kind of written. No context data, gameplay tags. So we're going to say no, no context gameplay tags. All right. Okay, that looks fine. Yeah, so that's the problem, really. Hit result will just give my bone name and like the last entry, I guess. You know, but at least we're getting the separations, though, right? It's not really how I envisioned it. Let's see. So, not see gameplay tags. You could probably do a better job as well. So, hit target. Sure. Hit target class. You want to say gameplay tags. And I wonder if instigator should be first. Probably. So we're gonna say hit instigator actor. Hit instigator class. Hit investigator game tags. Seems okay. Now we're gonna say context gameplay tags. iCarry from YouTube saying, what's a pipeline? A pipeline is just a funnel of which we want to be able to process events in the data, give it from instigator to the target. So, you know, we do a hit, then we go through our damage, and then we go through like the output of it, and then trying to log things along the way. At least, hopefully. And we'll have to just see if we could, if we need any sort of injection points anywhere along the line. But now the problem is this set tooltip is only doing it on the last one. I wonder if I need to construct the text and save it or something. Subsystem. So we have all that. Again, yeah, this isn't really good. And yeah, hit target gameplay tags. I don't have any. Again, as well. I don't know if we want to display all of the gameplay tags here, or if it's gonna be something we would want to like hover, you know. But we know that doesn't really work. And we have simulate hit, right? We have that. I gotta change the header as well. So hit instigator info. Get label. 4 columns. But yeah, not sure how best to do this. So I have to go and check. But man, all these people, I don't know if you guys don't really see anybody on Kick, but yeah, the bot messages are kind of crazy. I don't know what this cloudflare.com. Does that have like a virus or some shit? Trying to figure out what this browser issue is now. People on Reddit had this problem a while ago.
Really harmful. Here are solutions to bypass or resolve the issue.
If it's not affecting all websites. Yeah. ChatGPT as well. let's see. How can I make the tooltip whole thing? Let's say just doing bullet text. Doing tooltip. Does that do anything? I feel like it's not going to change anything. It's going to look exactly the same, but only one way to find it out. Let's look again. So it result gives me M. Not much changed. Arguably worse. Okay, so that doesn't work. Because it's just a string. I have to do tchar to ask me, right? See if that made a difference. Okay. Oh. Okay, so it doesn't like that. Ah. Okay. Why? That was a typo. Accidentally getting a pointer to a tchar and say, hey there, good morning, happy late birthday. Thank you very much, Vinny. Much appreciated. Your boy is 34 now. Feeling old. But, you know, I'm glad I made it. Some people don't make it to 34. You should feel blessed. but I'm closer to 40, which is rough. And I don't feel it, you know. I still feel like an idiot all the time. I feel like I need to be more responsible with my life as well. Let's see. Damage pipeline, boom, 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 here. Okay, so it is still only doing... Wow, we're the same age. Oh, nice! So yeah, it's only returning the last thing as the result, which makes sense, because we're iterating, updating all of it. I mean... Let's see if that makes a difference. The age of back pain and trying to get fit, basically. True. For a very long time, well, last year, I was a lot better about exercising, actually weight training and doing some cardio and things like that. And I was able to drop down to close to 81, 82 kilos or something like that. I had started at like almost 100. And then for like the last 6-7 months, no, I've just been kind of like hardcore depressed, really not in the mental state to even get myself to the gym. And you know, I'm definitely feeling it. So now I'm trying to, you know, get back to it slowly but surely. But it's hard, you know. They always say the hardest part is getting into the gym, and that's what I've been struggling with, really. So it's complaining. Other one. I don't want. Maybe concatenate. Or do I have to just say... Maybe that's the way to write it. This week I started learning a bit about the procedural content generation. It was easier than I thought. That's awesome. You live in a cold place, right? I think that would definitely impact my go to gym will. I know it shouldn't, but for me it's a matter of time mostly. Yeah, I'm in Poland, so Poland, yeah, it's cold during the winters and fall, you know, right now. The struggle is real. And, you know, I wake up at like 6 in the morning, and when it's 6 in the morning during this time of year, it's like pitch black outside. It doesn't get relatively bright until like 8 or 9 in the morning. So that makes it even worse trying to get to the gym. Because you don't even know what time it is. You don't know what year it is. You don't know what's going on. Okay, so there's this. Do we get the hit result? Okay, we do, but it's all written out as like one line. Can we make a tooltip a bullet line, I wonder? Or string new line? Because we're getting close. You know, it's we just need a new line. Let's ask Google here. I don't know if that's going to be the correct syntax here. I feel like it's not going to give me a new line, it's just going to print out \n as well. Okay, it does. Great. I think that looks good. I wonder if I can boldface certain lines as well, like part of the text. F-string. Do they have examples of bold text in the IMGUI demo? Examples. Example log. Custom rendering. Tools. This configuration style. Sizes. Colors. Fonts. Window options, widgets, there's text, word wrapping. Text. How much information? Which is fine, I guess. think that works for now. Do you think I'm GUI will cause trouble on 5.7 migration? I already migrated to 5.7, and it didn't cause me any problems, so I think you should be okay. Give me just a second, guys. I need to take a quick bathroom break. I'll be right back. All right, your boy is back. Do you think so? What epic did in 5% so it can break on GUI? Yeah, that's fair. They would really have to go out of their way to break IM GUI if they wanted to. So yeah, there shouldn't be anything to really worry about. So more or less, this is kind of what I wanted. Maybe I could do the same thing. Maybe I want to do the same thing for gameplay tags. Try that. Yeah, Twitch knows when I'm taking a shit, so it plays ads. Mastering tooltip. Wow. Oh my god. So I'm hoping that will more or less work. Should be able to copy this to do the rest of the gameplay tags, right? So target. Hit target. Well, should be okay. I'm almost done here. Also fix this here. Go. When that is done, I don't know. What should we do for the next hour? There's still some more stuff to do with the damage pipeline stuff, because like we still have a lot of stuff written outside of it. Inside this blueprint libraries, this is gameplay ability system ASC library, that has a lot of damage stuff declared in it. So there's F damage context, there's F effect over time context, there's all these apply damage to targets and stuff, all these statics that should probably be in its own in the damage pipeline library. There's healing and all this stuff. Like a lot of this I think needs to be moved as well, so that we can easily write it into our damage and our IM GUI and stuff like that. So I think that's what we'll jump into next, just to clean that up. And then I think we'll be in a good spot to kind of move forward. Because this whole thing stemmed from the block and parry mechanics, where when you would parry, it basically showed me that like when I was getting hit and hitting at the same time, like it was giving bad callbacks. So that's where the whole refactor kind of comes from. So yeah, once we do that, we can fix some more stuff. Like, obviously, going into the block pose should be a lot faster. And then, you know, doing a whole parry reaction, all that stuff. They do have like a time dilation, everything working okay. I don't know if the window needs to be shorter, but it's like bam, you know, I would do reactions and shit. I also have to fix the jump and actually do a jump. Maybe I'd want to do a double jump. I'm also debating if I want the camera to be all the way up here or not. And so I wonder with games like with the camera being all the way up here and stuff, like, is it worth having a block and parry mechanic, really? I'm still debating a few different things. And we eventually have to do like hit reactions and stuff like that for the player. But yeah, jump has to be fixed. We have to do a block locomotion state. I also want to start working on my builder spender mechanic for the hold attack and have like a UI for that, so that in order to use this attack, you know, you have to build it up and try to make that a little more flexible. And I also have to fix the bug where after you release, it resizes back down. Like it should kind of stick and stop moving. Also add better dodges, also change how the dodge works, because I don't want it to be based on charges. Just wanted to have just like a normal short cooldown. I think I should offset these numbers too, because they're, I don't know if they should be kind of around the body. Does it make it not readable, you know what I mean? But yeah, a lot of stuff to still clean up and verify. And then we can worry about the actual card mechanics and stuff. And also the reason why I want the perspective maybe to be, you know, back up here is to give more room on screen for the cards so that you don't have to go into this kind of menu. Like maybe they can just be displayed in front of you, you know? I don't know if I'm a fan really of being in here all the time as much as I'd imagine it being there, you know? I'll have to see. Here's what you guys think. But yeah, first things first, damage pipeline refactor. I like the locomotion. It's simple, but I think it gets the job done. I don't know if we want to have sprinting or anything like that, because, you know, when it comes to sprinting, you have to worry about, you know, abuse of it, you know. They will have to then introduce like stamina. And like, what's the point of sprinting really, you know? When you have dodges and stuff, that could be just your evade action, you know? I also have to fix the blood splatter on this enemy because it's wood chunks right now. I also have to maybe fix the motion warping. I think you stay in a decent spot. That's a very low priority, I think, in my opinion. We also have to, so we have the footsteps working, but only on the forward. you don't really have sound effects or anything when you're strafing sideways. A lot of polish work. I'm also wondering if we should introduce more to the hit, like some stylized like impacts and stuff like that too. How do we do the audio for all this stuff is also a thing I'm trying to figure out. But I just want to unify the damage pipeline, make sure it's all clean and good to go, and it's at least a little bit scalable. Do little by little, I guess. But again, I need to focus more on the card aspect and really how that looks. But enough delaying. We have an hour to start refactoring this too. So let's close out everything we don't need at the moment. We'll worry about the debug system in a bit. So we're gonna have to do something similar with the damage side. And I wonder if it needs to be like, because there's damage pipeline and stuff, like we need to have like a new menu here, like a damage pipeline hub where you can track hit events and you can track damage, or should it be all kind of included here? Hit info, target info, this stuff, and then there should be like, you know, like damage summary or something like that. Not sure. First things first, let's just do our refactor. So we're going to focus in here. We don't need the hit task and this thing and project. So damage pipeline types. I believe this is where we're gonna have to introduce these new ones, right? So the hit context and the hit log entry. This is where I think we need to introduce this struct. Gameplay tags. It's gonna complain about this now. That's okay. We'll also carry this. I want to change this to like there's F. I don't know if I need to have like, because there's just like an over time. Maybe this should be called like F damage context instant. Not sure yet. Then yeah, there's the class stuff, and so there's apply area of effect, which I guess I didn't do, but there's these function calls, which I don't think belong in the types. That should be just in the damage pipeline. Go to private and open libraries. So so apply damage to target, right? So let's try to do this. Maybe we can't really do it one at a time, I guess, but close out the editor. We also need actually .name the header file. Private, public. No, I need the damage pipeline one. Systems, damage, pipeline. Go. So, let's grab apply damage to target. So we can make another section really for damage. Public. These aren't really going to be static. Not really gonna make them blueprint callable. And we're gonna say gas course pipeline, which I wonder, do they need to be pointers? Can they be weak object? Inappropriate on variable type. Let's see if we can. So what do we need to do? Basically, doing this, so then we have to bring in construct. I think we're going to be broken for a bit. And again, not going to be static at the moment. This. Damage effect, if duration type. Instant. Oh. I wonder if there's any better way to do this. I feel like I would maybe want to say, like, apply instant damage to target, and then like damage over time to target. Maybe is clearer. Maybe I just need apply damage to target internal. I'm gonna have to rethink this one for a bit. Maybe I should just bring it over 1-to-1 and then look at it again. First, refactor it out. Yeah, this update some signatures here. Don't know if this is gonna work. options. So we go construct damage effect. So like this. Need to include that in the pipeline. Force gameplay effect. Maybe not a good idea to make it this class, but we'll see. Maybe it should just be more generic. And we're definitely going to be breaking shit, so that's going to be the fun part. So we have apply damage to target internal. This one will need to be updated as well. Investigator.get. So player state stuff as well. It's also not great, only because we're kind of making assumptions here that it's going to be an character or a pawn. The including the player state in the let's just include it just to include it. I didn't see it in my CPP for the header. So we'll see. What else? System globals. Damage type, we need this damage execution. Investigator. Get. Same thing here. Assign target to color magnitude. Do I have to bring in an ability system component? Okay. Need to do this one. This ability system. Print library. We'll see. This should fix a couple things. No? Okay. I say. See. Oh. I don't want to do that. Ability system. So book. Assign. Tag. Set by color magnitude. So I should be able to just write it like Probably the same for other places, right? Okay. So far it's doing something. What's next? We did apply damage to target. Now we need to do the damage to target handled. Maybe it's not necessary at the moment. There's healing the target, apply damage over time to target. Maybe for the sake of being able to compile shit, maybe my types would be different. So I'm gonna say F damage. I don't know what this is. So struct F damage pipeline context. F damage pipeline effect over time context. Probably too long. We're gonna fix this there. Can here. Time context. Okay. Okay. I'm sure these are going to give you problems. It is implemented, I think, but let's see. Fine. Let's see. Error circular dependency detected. In gas course blueprint library. So ASC blueprint library.h. Definitely needs it there. Does the damage pipeline subsystem need the ability? What was it complaining about? So ability system.h includes, requires task course ASC blueprint library. Why? I include that for some reason. Blah, 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 blah. I'm not seeing where this one includes or requires. Is it a static thing? Oh, maybe it's because of this stuff. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. So let's types. So you. Oh. Okay, so that kind of makes sense that those weren't really showing up correctly. So let's try again. Okay. No more circular dependency, it seems. We're still getting another error, but I count that as progress. Let's let this finish up. So what's our problem? So syntax error missing. Or did I? Oh, missing type specifier. Do I need that for? Not sure. Let's see. So complaining about the gameplay effect. Like this duration type. Knuckle cracks for you. Not sure how well you can hear them, but they're there. Okay, so that was the problem. Awesome. So in theory, should be able to still call apply. Oh, well, no, technically I can't, right? It's not blueprint callable, so I'll have to fix that. So let's just make this blueprint callable. I just want to see if this will work. What's wrong? Oh, no. Okay. It's on fire. In theory, maybe I can. So this technically doesn't have to be a U function or anything. So it's going to be internal. So in theory, just to check. So there's statics. Should be able to do something very similar to this. So we're gonna say U function, probable damage pipeline, something like that. Obviously, it's gonna complain about the weak pointer, so I think we need to change these to actor. Actor should be happy now. Now we do this, we generate the code, conditions. now we do the same thing as well. We have to grab it like this. We do have to get access to. Is there a get world? Maybe it'll work. I don't know. And then we'll call damage pipeline and then apply damage to target. I wonder if we can just bypass that stuff, but it's fine. Now it's saying not all control paths. Yeah, false. Theory, now that should be enough. I gotta make it static. Oh. Oh. So let's see if this will. Possible concern now is there's two static libraries with the same function name, but maybe that doesn't matter at the moment. Okay, we got ourselves a syntax error. Classic mistake. Let's see. So, get world, a call of an on-site requires an object. Okay, so we gotta say. Is there a way to get the world from the function call? I feel like there is. Let me look real quick. Integrate system. Just look here. There is default to self-owning ability. Okay. We want to maybe do an instigator, right? So like, if instigator false. Same thing here, right? Then you will say if would be okay. Let's try. I am kind of happy with how this is all starting to look, though. Collision shapes. Maybe a little too much. It's okay. Okay, so we compiled successfully, which is awesome. But what I want to test is, I guess it's in my melee ability where check this out. So melee base. So we have a function apply. Whoop. apply damage to target handle, right? But we have also applied damage to target under target damage pipeline, right? So in theory, we should be able to split this context, damage type physical, granted tags. Should be able to take all this information, pass the instigator. We can also grab the target, right? That we could put in 2 for funsies. And this should work. We also need to give the... We should deal 2 damage. Which we are. Okay, so we know that part of the refactor is good. Okay. But I do wonder just how this should be done better. Maybe for now it's fine. So yeah, ability we don't care about right now. So back to the function library. So we have apply damage to target, which does that. And then apply damage with target handle. Let's grab that as well. Not going to be static and not blueprint callable or anything. Grab it, generate it. That. We're going to have to also update the signature. So we need F damage pipeline context. Update that here as well. Now, definition. This. Yeah, do same thing as we did up here, I believe. Where did that logic go? This. That should be kosher. And so now in our statics, we can have a similar function here. Function, oh, it's great, bam. You'll wonder if it can actually be a weak object. View signature. Let's drag it out a bit. That, oh, all of that. That spacing, and then we gotta do what? Target handle, what can be constant reference? We can try that. Signature for that as well. Go. Seems fine. Yeah, back into the statics. Still upset about this. That was missing, or doesn't it like so unable to find class delegate? Static as well. Not sure if it needs to have similar signature here, but let's grab it. This statics has what? I guess I could just include it. Target types into our ability system thing. Just what? A very similar thing. I'll have to do some logging probably as well. So I wonder if the damage type shouldn't have it. But let's see. Then we do all that, and then we do what? Apply damage to target, we call apply, and there's our target handle, all of that stuff. So I wonder, because I think it's in our pipeline subsystem, right? There's this. I wonder if this could be moved here. Any problems? Use it? I don't know. Let's try it. We're gonna say UE log T category name. It's going to be assuming it's going to complain about this. Can't resolve symbol LL. So I wonder. I need to define it here as well. Or do I just need to apes? Doesn't seem to like that. I mean, do I have .h or sorry, a source file for that? The types. It's empty, but maybe types need to have it. Doesn't seem to like it. What else? Log. So it seems like it's fine with that. I think the problem is with this. So I think that's fine. Okay, cool. I hope. Target is invalid. It should not be applied. Target. All good. All good. Unable to name world. Okay. Probably gonna be redundant logging shit. Whatever. It's fun, right? Oh. Okay, so we have apply damage to target handle. So in theory, we should be able to kind of put back what we just did in the melee ability. But we'll see. Oh, let's see if it builds successfully in the first go. I'd like to think it will, but chances are it won't. Okay, it did. I'm awesome. So what would be next? And there's apply healing to target, and apply healing to target handle, eternal, all that stuff. So it's healing over time. Then there's damage over time, which is like the burning. Then there's apply. Yeah, I guess there's just general helpers for applying specific damages as well, like apply physical, apply fire. I don't know if it's necessary, but we'll figure it out, right? In theory, we should be able to say apply damage to target handle. Do this. Physical instigator damage, we'll make it 2. Fuck it, 3. Misclick, but whatever. And we'll see. See if this works. We should see 3 damage. 2. Awesome. And I'm starting to think like the damage number should be up higher. That's really kind of annoying me. But that's fine. Okay, so we should be able to clear out some stuff now from the original blueprint library. So apply damage to target. Has 1 blueprint usage where BP projectile example. Okay, so not really spawning a projectile anymore, but we'll have to fix that. So let's do that. Hope everybody's Tuesday is going pretty good. My Tuesday's been pretty chill. Our projectile example. Green. Oh, we're looking for apply damage to target. Apply damage to target. Says burn stack and element fire. Oh yeah, it's a different struct now. Make fire. That. Okay, so that should be the only remaining blueprint reference. We'll be able to see that later. Apply damage to target. Shouldn't have that reference anymore. We'll deal with the consequences if it's somewhere else. Let's just clean it at this point. Okay. Apply damage to target handles. Anywhere else? 5 places. Shit. So let's read some stuff now. Got let's fix those references again now for the damage target handle. And then we gotta do some healing stuff, but then we talked about damage over time. There's just a couple more functions that we have to bring over. Okay, failed. Nice, nice. Oh, apply damage. Okay, this is also not there. It's yeah. We got to fix the area of effect. But should be able to just use the damage pipeline statics, I guess, at this point, right? So where do I have? Probably want to have this only really the header, no? Oh. should be able to, because yeah, they're doing F. Damn, what can I say? F damage pipeline context. My area of effect. Assessing. Where am I getting this? Inaccessible. I don't know where I'm getting that past in value either. Okay, so let's see. You. Did it fix itself? What the fuck? No. Okay, that didn't fix it. Where's this coming? It's here. Member is inaccessible. Okay. So all these have to be public, right? Go. Should be happy. Where are we though? I'm sure something's going to break with the area of effect thing, but we'll deal with that later. Okay, so now French string stuff that I don't need at some point, right? But yeah, so we gotta find the 5 places in which we're calling the apply damage handle, right? So first thing is in melee hold. Damage target handle. Honestly, I don't think the hold ever really did deal damage, which is fine. At least this version of it. Because I don't think we have melee callback events for this thing, which is fine. Cast example. Some more player-based kind of callback stuff. Apply damage to target handle. Damage pipeline version of it. Beta. Investigator. Pipeline context. That, and now we should be able to just update this. Hopefully be okay. Now, the charge movement example. It's also all legacy crap. But let's just do it. Let's just make sure we're all using the same thing. 50 damage here, target data, instigator. Make damage pipeline context. That's there. Okay, 2 more places. Melee base. So I think that's wrong. Explode on death. This would probably be something we need to update, right? Don't like that we have to delay on next take. One thing at a time. Take context element fire did that should still be good, and bam. All right, back here. Just had to help carry some furniture. 6 floor stairs. Cardio's done for the day. But yeah, you talked about not getting your exercise in. What the fuck was that? Dude, that sucks. No elevator, no nothing. Okay, so that's done. So we should ideally be okay to delete this version now. So we should probably oops. So we did that, no problem. So that's healing stuff. We'll do that last. So there's apply damage over time, and then these helpers. Bottom. Construct. Okay, let's do damage. So apply damage over time. Grab you. Fun fact, I've been playing lately a game about carrying stuff, Death Stranding. Did you have like the ultimate giant backpack on? So this is status effect stuff. So this should be something we can test. we need to do F pipeline time context. Context. These can be week. Or static. Do code. Let's look at this definition that we wrote, and then we just say this. So apply damage to target. Also fix what? This one. So F damage pipeline context as well. Should be kosher. Now in statics we can have this more or less 1-to-1. Should still be good. That we want to copy something very simple to this. Step in the end, I want to call apply damage over time to target. That go. Oh. Should be okay. Should probably also specify the function name in these warnings and shit. I don't remember how. I like to see the overall melee ability notes, even though our games are different. It helps understand the big melee picture. The big melee picture. I don't really have any melee ability, like, well, yeah, the general graph for the melee ability, yeah, I gotta clean that up a little bit as well. But those things tend to expand a lot, especially when you try to introduce motion warping. Okay, so in theory, this should work fine. So now we need to compile, obviously, and then update this usage inside of the burn. So let's compile and find out. Lyra's melee helps, but it's a different genre focus. True, yeah. I mean, it's interesting to see how a shooter handles, the melee, like the weapon. But yeah, we forgot to clean that one out. I'm curious how they handled all of that. I wonder if they used Lyra as an example for the Halo, not Combat Evolved, Campaign Evolved, since that was made with Unreal. I wonder if they used Lyra for anything. Curious if they used Gas at all. It is single player, so maybe it's not worth it at all. Plus, Gas is kind of, I don't know. I don't know if that would really work for that kind of game. I'm sure they would use it lightly and carefully, So let's go, once this opens, should be able to just click that and then that, and we should be able to open the burn. We have applied damage over time to target, so we should have applied damage over time to target. Oh, okay. So we have it in 2 places. It's just I didn't make it the damage pipeline one. Shit. Can add the function. This. Cannot resolve function T. Do I have to do anything? I think I have something like this already. No? Is it under gas course? Function line and function signature. Can I write it like? Where did I put this? Hey, Liquidor. Boom, 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 boom. All right, so we should be able to go into burn. And then we do apply damage to target, damage, time to target, our new one. So we got target, instigator, damage. So we have to make this as well, make damage pipeline. Result, status burn, text none, so we can just pop you in. Then we have to do make over time context. So effect period 0.5. Duration. There, we should be able to just do that. Oh. So hopefully that will still work. We could check that by just dodging through our guy. And yeah, still dealing 3 damage. Great. Never work for this actually. Right. Trying to see what we can do to improve this. do something like this where I do then gas course current function. That's gonna give me a problem though. Hey, yeah. I'd say like F string. I can't just add. Right. Oh, I can. Okay. That's okay. Let's test this. But also, I think I can now get rid of this here. Well, it's the static library. Let's see if this will work. But then, yeah, we'll have to call it a day in a couple minutes here. We've been streaming for a few hours. And we'll finish up the refactor next time. Not sure when. Might be this weekend. We should be able to preview this if we don't provide a valid instigator. Let's target. Oops. Instigator. Should see that in our output log. Oh yeah, it's the melee trace subsystem. I don't know how to get the category there to have this other one as well, but we'll see. So let's go like that. As you can see, it's applying burn but not dealing damage, so we should be able to see something, a warning. Think. Kind of interesting that I'm not getting the break point. Oh no. I do not want. Oh no. It's also loading Visual Studio. No! Get out of here. Will you be able to handle poison damage with that system? For sure. You know, more or less, poison damage is like burn, but you know. Just a different type, might have different other effects that I'm not sure what they would be just yet. So we do get here. And then we get here. And we get here, right? We're not really seeing that in the output log, right? Oh, we are. So it's carries invalid in function. Fix that point target. Perfect. Okay, so it does exist, but it's not in our filters, right? Oh, there it is. Log gas plate. Okay, cool. It is there. Okay. So I guess to wrap things up, we'll have to keep that open on the side there. And we'll probably want to, I would imagine we should be able to, you know, say, you know, gas current function. But I don't know, do I have to say it like this? I know I'm using this somewhere, right? I thought it was at some point. We could just say that. Function there. That. Paste some stuff. You. Places that we're doing instigator checks, yeah. Seems fine. Yeah, seems clean enough. We're almost done. We just gotta then do some helper functions and healing. And then we should be good for everything to then be going through the actual damage pipeline. And then we should be able to then add some stuff to our debugging stuff to actually kind of point out the kind of damage that you dealt, how much, maybe information like before and after the context, the damage execution class context, and all that stuff. And then, you know, maybe eventually add like maybe colors for damage types and stuff like that. We'll have to see. But so far, so good. So I'm happy with the progress so far. So that's where I'm gonna end it for today. There seems to be just only 3 people watching on Twitch, but maybe we can still raid some people here. So we'll raid someone new. We'll raid Pixel Art Holic. Seems like a cool name. Let's see if we can get all 3 viewers there. Perfect. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it very much. Enjoy your evening. If you aren't already subscribed on YouTube, make sure to subscribe. If you aren't already following me here on Twitch, make sure to follow. And of course, join our Discord. And enjoy your night. See you soon.